There's three of us, do we have anybody?
Your live pins.
And that'd be nice.
Your live.
Okay.
Has three in there. Oh, you're ready, Sharon. You're good.
I'd like to call the meeting of the Red Oak Industrial Development Corporation to order.
Yeah, Wayne.
We, as the record shows, we have obeyed the Open Meetings Act, and we do have a quorum present. Number 2, business. Conduct a public hearing, consider adoption of resolution number 22-001R.
Just on underpads, remember, if you order one, you get one cake.
Oh.
If you order two, you get one cake. That's forbidden to buy.
Approximately 203.044 plus or minus acres of land located east of Lawrence, west of Pratt Road, south of Pierce Road, and north of Farm Market 2377, Ellis County, Red Oak, Texas. And authorizing the CROIDC president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the CROIDC. All right, time is 6:02. I'd like to open a public hearing. Is there anyone here who wants to talk in favor of this? Anyone here wants to talk against it? If not, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
So,
Second.
Motion made and seconded, the public hearing is now closed. B, conduct a public hearing, consider adoption of resolution number 22-02-002R, approving expenditure in amount of $6,126,236, plus additional closing costs for the acquisition of approximately 159.123, plus or minus acres of land located east of Lawrence Road, west of White Road, south of Pierce.
Are you gonna take action on the first one?
And do we have to vote to close the public hearing?
Yeah, you vote to close the public hearing and then you vote to take action.
All right,
So all in favor of closing?
yeah, we already done that.
Motion is second.
All right, let's see. Let's go back to A, and, we have a motion in favor of adopting resolution number 22-001R.
Have we closed the public hearing?
We closed that earlier.
And we didn't vote on it. Motion is second, but we didn't vote.
aye.
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 You made the second. We did vote on that.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway,
Yeah,
now
you got the action.
do I hear a motion to adopt resolution number 22-001R?
Lee, do you have a motion for that you need to read?
Yes, I do. You should.
Here we go.
If not, I can read it. If not, read it.
Yeah, read it, please. Just read it.
just approved it by it.
I can read the motion.
Read the motion, Lee.
Okay, a motion to adopt resolution number 22-001R, approving expenditure in the amount of $7,614,150, plus additional closing costs for the acquisition of approximately 203.044, plus or minus acres of land located east of Lawrence Road, west of Pratt Road, south of Pierce Road, north of FM 2377, Ellis County, Red Oak, Texas, and authorizing the CROIDC president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the CROIDC after review and approval by a corporate attorney.
So move that.
So here's a second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carried 3-0.
Wayne,
Wait.
Wayland's.
Wayland's on there?
Wayland, you there, sir? Wayland?
Flat.
I'm ready to.
I don't know.
He was there.
He was there, but Wayland, are you with us?
Voted on the first.
Background noise.
All right, let's go to
Oh,
item.
yeah, up there.
Yeah, he's there, he's just not injured.
Wayland, you're on the phone.
Yeah.
showing up on there's Wayland underneath,
He's on here and he's not muted.
Wayland, you with us?
It must be preoccupied.
That happens.
Guess we just call that a zero.
Pardon?
I guess we just call that an abstention, yes.
3-0 with one abstention.
Will B now? All right. Conduct a public hearing and consider adoption of resolution number 22-002R approving expenditure in the amount of $6,000,000.
I'm gonna use your office.
Plus additional clothing, the acquisition plus or minus acres of land located east of Lawrence Road, west of Pratt Road, south of Pierce Road, and north of Farm Market 2377, Ellis County, Red Oak, Texas, and authorizing the CROIDC president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of CROIDC. All right, I'd like to open a public hearing now to consider adoption of 22002R. Time is 6:05. Anybody want to speak in favor of this resolution? Anyone want to speak against it? No. I'll entertain them to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second? Second. Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excuse me.
Leo,
Just got a text Waylon. He said I'm on but can't hear anything or speak. So I don't know.
I think you ought to address that to John. I sure think can't do anything.
No, Waylon said he's on but he can't hear anything or can't speak.
Haven't gotten.
Yeah.
I ran my circulars today, it doesn't matter if it rains or not. Water on the ground,
Yeah.
it's not cracking.
Is that Waylon?
Not him, it's background noise from the lawyer.
It may be Lee, it may be me,
Yeah, he's good.
because I have some back.
Hey, Waylon, this is Lee. John Venture said to drop off and then get back on. Or
Right, hang on just a second, I'll do that. Yeah, it's something weird and it came, it did something really weird and then I dropped everything.
Okay.
Hang on just a second, let me get out of here, clear it out, okay?
Okay, well, I have you on speakerphone so we can hear you.
Okay, hang on just a
Leave
second.
that. Yeah, just stay on there, let's stay on there, put it out there.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Well, I just put my phone over here with Ben so you can hear what's going on, just in case.
Hey, Waylon? You there, sir?
I can,
Wayland.
Waylon?
got me now?
Yeah, we had voted on item A.
Oh, okay,
Three of us.
yeah, yeah, my vote is aye, yes.
Okay, we can record that then. Pass 4-0. We've opened the public hearing on B,
And I think you closed it.
and we closed it as well.
How did Wayland vote on closing the public hearing?
Yeah. Says
He voted aye.
Or we back off here?
Went off again there.
No, he's not. Well, his audio, we can hear him, he can't hear us. Let's just leave it. I can't hear us.
Yeah, I vote aye,
Good, okay, now we got it.
good.
Okay.
Resolution,
Okay, read it.
I'll read it.
public hearing, is,
Keep going.
I move that we adopt resolution number 22-002R approving expenditure in the amount of $6,126,730 plus additional costs for the acquisition of approximately 159.123 plus or minus acres of land located east of Ranch Road, west of Pratt Road, south of Pierce Road, and north of FN 2377, Ellis County, Red Oak, Texas, and authorizing the CROIDC president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the CROIDC after review and approval approval by the corporate attorney. Motion made.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Wayland?
Wayland, aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Item C, consider the adoption of resolution number 22-003R, approving the plan of financing prepared by Hilltop Securities for the issuance of Industrial Development Corporation sales tax revenue refunding and improvement bonds, taxable series 2022, authorizing the city staff and financial advisors to move forward with the proposed financing plan to issue bonds. Any comment on?
We have Jim Sabonis and Gloria on here. Has anything changed since the meeting last week? Otherwise, I think we kind of understand what's going on.
Todd, this is Jim with Hilltop. Nothing's changed. If you want to just go to the second page, it's got a quick summary. Again, the goal was to issue sales tax bonds, new money and refunding bonds. They're going to be taxable, 30-year amortization. We're going to fund $13.7 million of capital for land acquisition and $2.1 million refund existing debt. This is going to be an open market public sale approved by the Attorney General. We're anticipating applying for and achieving an A rating. There's no outstanding rating, but we've done analysis of the IDC compared it to the 4B in the city, and we're very comfortable that we'll have an A rating. One thing I do mention, we're using a very conservative 4.04% based on current rates. They're slightly above what we would have had if we sold today. But as everyone knows, we're in unusual times, and interest rates are subject to change as you go forward. We anticipate working with Lee, Todd, and Gloria to prepare an offering statement, circulate it to investors in the rating agencies, achieve the A rating, and have a sale pricing on May 9th. With your board approval and follow-up approved by City Council, we'll submit that to the Attorney General, and they'll approve it on May 30th. They'll approve it, and then we'll close on May 31st. If you go to the next page. Yes, sir.
Are these taxable rather than municipal?
Excuse me?
Oh, Jim. Why are these taxable rather than muni bonds?
Typically, infrastructure and items are taxable. Generally, the land is, or non-taxable. Generally, the land is taxable. On top of that, for a municipality, including IDC and EDC, the maximum that you can issue that is taxable is $10 million in a year's time. So the land is typically taxable.
Yeah, and for the group, Todd is correct. Previously, we actually did a taxable and a tax exempt deal for at the same time. The concept is if you're in purchase land, your goal is either sell it or potentially lease it. And the tax status is based on the output use of that, which would be by a private entity. So my understanding of these funds will be used for land acquisition, and the intention is for the IDC to sell, to develop, sell, or lease that property to private entities. So that's why it's considered taxable. If we were doing tax exempt, it would be for public infrastructure off of a private site.
If we were putting City Hall or some city facility on it where it's going to stay in our name forever, then we could do tax exempt, but for development purposes, not.
But these funds could still go to some park services or something like that, right? Or not? They wouldn't be able to.
You're right. If you decided 6 months from now that you were going to take that land and dedicate one half of it to parks, we would actually be able to take half of it and turn it into a tax exempt financing and reduce the interest rate.
Yeah, if you sold the land, the revenues from the land you would be able to use for whatever you wanted to, parks or more land or infrastructure, whatever.
Well, I meant if we use funds, there's a reason for that. We couldn't use that in parks.
Well, you probably could, but there won't be a remainder left because that's how much it is.
He wasn't very good at negotiating.
All right.
We go to motion there, just a question, when we first had discussions about the financing on this,
I saw that yesterday.
there were discussed some scenarios, those were just what ifs, they weren't decision points for us, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Do I hear a motion to adopt resolution number 22-003R?
So moved.
There, a second.
Give me the roaches.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Wayland?
Aye.
Wait for
Pass 4-0.
oil and, oil byproducts and all that stuff.
Anything else together? Are we going in special session? Do we need any?
Yes.
Thank you. This is Jim. I'm signing off, but later I'll be presenting this as an informational topic for the city council. Thank you.
You know, that point.
Yeah,
Based on the time, we have no need
I
executive session.
have a lot of, Jubilee, she has a lot of,
Me, right? I will, do I hear a motion to adjourn this session?
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Wayland?
Wayland, aye.
Motion passed 0. Gentlemen.